on a who's cow. There's a guy who purchased a 2024 Toyota RAV hybrid in November 2023, and it's melting. I mean, look at these pictures. It's actually melting. I would be furious. I don't know why Toyota is still trying to blame solar convergence that plastic is melting, and they call it solar convergence. Well, it's bouncing off buildings and magnifying it, melting your car. Total nonsense.
Toyota just blamed the sun for melting plastic components in their newest models. Yes, you heard that right. A car company that's been manufacturing vehicles for over 80 years suddenly forgot that cars are used outdoors. If you own a Toyota manufactured after 2020, you need to see what's happening to thousands of vehicles across the country. The plastic melting isn't just an inconvenience, it's a symptom of corner cutting that began during the pandemic, and Toyota's response reveals everything you need to know about their current priorities. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. Did you know Toyota is blaming the sun for melting plastic parts in cars parked in regular driveways? You're not reading science fiction. Toyota has actually created an official explanation they call solar convergence. According to Toyota, the sun's rays are somehow magically concentrating on specific plastic components in their vehicles, causing them to melt, warp, and become sticky. When owners started reporting melting dashboards, door panels, and other plastic components, Toyota issued a technical service bulletin explaining that this phenomenon occurs when sunlight passes through the windshield or other glass and is concentrated or magnified, creating intensity similar to a magnifying glass. This explanation might sound reasonable until you think about it for more than 5 seconds. Cars have been sitting in sunlight for over a century. The same physics of light passing through glass has existed since, well, forever. If this solar convergence was a legitimate phenomenon, wouldn't we have seen these exact same melting problems in the millions of cars manufactured over the past 100 years? The obvious question is, why are only recent Toyota models experiencing this issue? I spoke with Sarah Jenkins, a Toyota Camry owner from Phoenix, who showed me how her 2021 model's dashboard has warped and begun to melt despite being parked in her covered carport. I've owned 3 previous Camrys that sat in the same spot, and none of them ever had this problem, she told me. Toyota told me it was because of solar convergence, but my car isn't even in direct sunlight most of the day. This isn't just happening in hot states like Arizona and Texas. Reports have come in from Minnesota, Washington, and even Canada. Mark Thompson from Seattle shared photos of his 2022 RAV4's melting door panels despite the city's notorious lack of sunshine. "I park in a covered garage at work and at home," he said. Toyota's explanation makes no sense. The evidence is mounting across multiple Toyota models. We've collected photographs from owners of RAV4s, Camrys, Highlanders, Corollas, and Tacomas, all showing similar issues. Dashboards becoming sticky and deformed, door panels warping, and exterior trim pieces actually melting away. The common factor? All are Toyota vehicles manufactured after 2020. When we analyze the specific components affected, a pattern emerges. The melting isn't random, it's consistently happening to non-structural plastic parts across the Toyota lineup. Dashboard faces, door panel inserts, trim pieces around air vents, center console surfaces, and exterior trim elements are all showing similar degradation patterns. I consulted with 3 independent mechanics and 2 materials engineers to get their take on Toyota's explanation. James Rodriguez, an automotive materials specialist with 25 years of experience, was blunt. The solar convergence explanation is nonsense. What we're seeing is consistent with lower grade plastics that simply can't withstand normal temperature variations. These aren't exotic conditions. This is regular daily exposure that any vehicle should handle without issue. Toyota previously used higher quality ABS plastic with proper UV stabilizers and heat-resistant additives in their components, but the evidence suggests they've switched to cheaper materials with fewer stabilizers. Materials engineer Dr. Lisa Chen examined samples from affected vehicles and found the plastic components show significantly lower heat deflection temperatures compared to industry standards. They're simply melting at temperatures that properly formulated automotive plastics should easily withstand. The most telling evidence? When owners have replaced these melting components with identical looking parts from pre-2020 Toyota models, the replacements don't melt. This directly contradicts the solar convergence explanation. If sun angles and glass were the problem, any replacement part would also melt. The truth is becoming clear. This isn't about unusual weather or strange sun angles. Toyota appears to have made a significant change in their material sourcing after 2020, resulting in plastic components that simply can't withstand normal environmental conditions. Instead of acknowledging this quality control issue, they've created a physics-defying explanation that shifts blame to the sun. For Toyota owners, this represents more than just an aesthetic problem. These melting components become sticky, collecting dust and debris. They can deform to the point where they interfere with controls or create sharp edges. And most concerning, Toyota's warranty approach to these issues has been inconsistent at best, with many owners reporting denied claims.
And they just park them in a driveway, right? The solar convergence there is just the sun coming down. It's not bouncing off mirrors or anything. It's sitting in their driveways. When Toyota admitted that they were being less picky with the parts they put on their car, they used to always reject the poor ones. Well, obviously, they're now allowing them. And blaming this on solar convergence is a line of horse manure. I've seen it on this Toyotas, and the interesting thing is I've seen it ever since coronavirus problem.
This plastic melting problem isn't happening in isolation. It's part of a broader pattern of quality control issues that have emerged in Toyota vehicles manufactured after the pandemic began. What else has changed in Toyota's legendary production system? Why are owners of these once ultra-reliable vehicles suddenly facing problems their older Toyotas never had? The melting plastic is just the most visible symptom of a much deeper shift in Toyota's approach to manufacturing. What happened to Toyota's legendary reliability after 2020? The plastic melting problem isn't some isolated issue. It's a warning sign of a much deeper problem. Toyota built its empire on reliability, but something fundamental has changed in their approach to manufacturing, and owners are paying the price. The pandemic hit automotive supply chains hard, forcing manufacturers to make tough decisions. But while other companies struggled to maintain quality during parts shortages, Toyota appears to have made a more concerning choice. According to internal sources, Toyota admitted that they were being less picky with the parts they put on their car they used to always reject the poor ones. This single statement reveals volumes about the company's shifting priorities.
Now, if you wonder that this recall for those 100,000 plus Toyota Tundras when they went from the V8 to the V6 twin turbo is real or not, hey, here's an email that proves it is. Burn a little oil at 500,000 miles, but they're still running. They didn't blow up, right? This is real. This isn't made up. And I feel sorry for you people that bought them, that said 5 of the 7 engines have blown already. The one that lasted the longest went 58,000 miles.
This isn't just speculation. The evidence is mounting in repair shops across the country. Take the case of a 2020 Toyota Tacoma owner who experienced a complete vehicle failure while driving. The truck simply died on the road despite following all recommended maintenance. The dealership's solution: replaced 2 fuel injectors at a cost of $2,400. The owner was understandably shocked at both the failure and the repair bill for a relatively new Toyota. The reliability ratings tell a similar story. While Toyota vehicles manufactured before 2020 consistently ranked at the top for dependability, newer models have shown a steady decline across multiple independent surveys. Consumer complaints have increased significantly, with issues ranging from electrical problems to premature component failures that simply weren't common in older Toyota models. Recall data paints an even more concerning picture. Toyota has issued more safety and quality-related recalls for vehicles manufactured after 2020 than in previous comparable periods. These aren't just minor issues either. They include critical systems affecting vehicle safety and reliability. The pattern suggests fundamental changes in Toyota's quality control processes. Perhaps the most alarming example is the V6 twin-turbo engine failures in the Tundra. These catastrophic failures led Toyota to announce they would replace over 100,000 engines, an unprecedented admission of a serious manufacturing defect. Just think about the scale of that problem. 100,000 engines that passed Toyota's quality control only to fail in customers' vehicles. Longtime Toyota owners are noticing the differences too. Many report that their new Toyotas don't have the same solid feel as their previous models. Door panels that once closed with a reassuring thunk now sound tinny. Interior materials that used to withstand years of use now show wear within months. These aren't just subjective impressions, they're measurable differences in build quality. The plastic melting issue is particularly visible, but it's connected to these broader quality concerns. When automotive manufacturers cut corners on material quality, they rarely do so in isolated components. The same cost-cutting mindset that leads to lower-grade plastics often extends to other parts of the vehicle, from engine components to electrical systems. Toyota's response to these quality issues has been troubling. Rather than acknowledging potential manufacturing problems, they've created explanations that shift blame away from their production choices. The solar convergence excuse is a perfect example. Instead of admitting they switched to lower quality plastics, they blame the sun for doing what it's done to cars for a century. When owners bring these issues to dealerships, many report being told their problems aren't covered under warranty or represent normal wear and tear. This represents a dramatic shift from Toyota's previous reputation for standing behind their products and making things right for customers. The plastic melting problem affects virtually every Toyota model manufactured after 2020, from the economical Corolla to the premium Lexus lineup. This isn't coincidence. It points to a company-wide shift in material sourcing and quality standards. And if they're willing to cut corners on visible components like dashboards and trim, what changes have they made to components you can't see? For current Toyota owners, these quality issues mean unexpected repair costs and frustrating interactions with dealerships. For potential buyers, it means reconsidering whether a new Toyota delivers the same reliability value proposition that made the brand famous. The most concerning aspect isn't just that Toyota has experienced a quality decline, it's that they appear unwilling to acknowledge it. Rather than addressing these issues head-on and reassuring customers they're working to restore their legendary quality, Toyota has chosen explanations that insult customers' intelligence and deny the reality of their experiences. This leaves Toyota owners in a difficult position. The vehicles they purchase based on Toyota's reputation for reliability are showing problems their previous Toyotas never had, while the company offers explanations that contradict basic physics and common sense. So what does this mean for you if you own a Toyota or are considering buying one? Toyota's shift from quality manufacturing to cutting corners reveals a troubling new reality for consumers. The company that once prioritized reliability now blames the sun instead of acknowledging their cheaper materials. If you own a post-2020 Toyota experiencing melting plastics or other issues, document everything with photos and detailed notes. Contact both your dealership and Toyota corporate with this evidence. Remember to keep records of all communications, names, dates, and what was discussed. The Toyota badge no longer guarantees the quality it once did. When shopping for your next vehicle, approach Toyota with the same caution you'd give any other manufacturer. Their reputation was earned by yesterday's Toyota, not today's.